This is Hannibal here from the HannibalTV.com, back in Canada with a daily news update. Of course, I was covering the completely sold out PCW Ultra event in California last night, where the Blood Hunter retained the Texas heavyweight title, and I think his hardest match he's ever had against Scorpio. It went over 15 minutes. Scorpio's manager, Jenny Santana, got involved. That whole PCW Ultra event will be on this channel soon. But let me get into the news. As I digressed a bit there, apparently Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch had a real backstage confrontation at Smackdown this week, which I think was in Wichita, over, I guess, they switched titles. I guess titles mean so little now. You can just literally switch titles, and now one is the champion of Raw, the other is champion of SmackDown. And something happened in the ring. There was some heat, I guess, and Charlotte didn't give her the title the way that she thought was respectful or something. They had an argument in the back. And I guess Charlotte was asked to leave, according to Dave Meltzer. She was actually asked to leave the building because Becky Lynch had another match at the end of the night, a dark match or something like that. So that's the most interesting thing that happened out of SmackDown, which got a 0.5 rating. Brock Lesnar appeared on the show. But really, that's the only interesting thing, the backstage altercation. Apparently, there's going to be WWE and AEW tapings in Norfolk, Virginia, one on November 12th for a SmackDown, and then Dynamite 5 days later. And the SmackDown has 3,887 pre-sold right now, and the Dynamite has 4,193 tickets out. So AEW is doing better than WWE in some markets. I guess Raw is coming back to the Toyota Center in Houston on Monday, and it has nearly 9,000 tickets out because wrestling is hot in Texas. But it is noteworthy that they said they had 13,000 last time for Raw in Houston, so it doesn't look like they're going to hit the same mark that they did the first time. Jim Ross has announced he has skin cancer. Sorry to hear about that. Bill tips me $20. Thank you. Appreciate it. I am interviewing Man Mountain Rock tomorrow night, by the way, around 10:30 p.m. So that he's been well requested for a long time. So I'm looking forward to that. It's been a long few days for me. I had a blast. I'm sad to be back in Canada. I much preferred LA to Canada. Had a lot of fun, and it was cool that the PCW atmosphere is very much like ECW's used to be. Very crazy crowd. Hello to Cryan. Mike D. Piper is not here. She is being looked after still. Typhoon or Headbanger interview. If Typhoon ever messages me back, I would do one. For some reason, he doesn't respond to me, so I don't know if that one's ever going to happen. Here's a picture of Kevin and I having some sushi that was very good before the PCW Ultra event. And here's Jenny Santana and I after the PCW Ultra event in West Hollywood, where we were at a diner with some wacky characters. The service was slow, but the food was good, particularly the pickles. Renee G says, oh my gosh, Al, when will Ric Flair show up in AEW? Whenever his heat dies down enough for Tony Khan. Paulie says the idea to switch titles is dumb. I agree. Cryan hopes JR has a speedy recovery. The Roy Dog lives in Detroit, very close to Canada. Noel says, saw Mountain Rock against Cactus Jack. Yeah, they had they had a big feud. So I have some stuff to do and a lot of stuff to do tomorrow, so I'm going to call it a night. Check out what Kevin Sullivan had to say about Ric Flair's Plane Ride from Hell documentary controversy. I did ask him about that when I was at his hotel room. And just to mention, Jenny Santana actually makes her wrestling debut December 11th in World Class Pro Wrestling in Irving, Texas. I don't know what the match is going to be yet or who the opponent's going to be, but that's going to be a pretty huge event with the Blood Hunter also on the card. They're calling it Christmas Star Wars. The Von Erich boys are going to be on that card as well. So, and speaking of Cactus Jack is also going to be there. So if you live in Texas, come on down to that December 11th. It's going to be amazing. Blood Hunter with Blaze versus Carlito Colon.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest